Hello and welcome to VNews. Here come the headlines.
Party General Secretary works on development of intellectual staff. Vietnam and the Philippines work on fishermen seizure. Prime Minister approves a training plan for state officials. Vietnam expects to produce 41 million tons of rice this year.
Party General Secretary Mr. Nguyen Phu Trọng on August 15 worked with the Commissions for Popularizations and Educations of the Communist Party of Vietnam Central Committee.
The working session focused on developing a contingent of intellectuals who helped with speeding national industrialization and modernization. Đinh Thế Huynh, Secretary of the Party Central Committee and Head of the Commission, and Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Thiện Nhân briefed Party General Secretary Trọng of the implementation of the Party Central Committee's Resolution 27 on the building of the contingent of intellectuals in the period of boosting industrialization and modernization. Party General Secretary Trọng said the resolution is of important significance for the country when it is in the course of industrialization and modernization. He asked ministries and branches to make more efforts to step up the implementation of the resolution. The working session also saw the attendance of representatives from ministries and branches. They raised the need to design a concrete program of action for the work. Besides, they called for the adoption of favorable conditions and incentives to attract intellectuals both in and outside the country in spurring the country's development.
Vice State President Nguyễn Thị Doan on August 15 received delegations of heroic mothers and people who rendered services to the nation's revolution.
The guests from the Central Highlands province of Đắk Nông are visiting the capital city of Hanoi on the occasion of the August Revolution and National Independence Day, September the 2nd. Vice President Doan talked to heroic mothers about their daily life and health issues. She told them that during wartime, Tây Nguyên served as a key and strategic location, and ethnic minorities in the region showed their bravery and made great sacrifice for the country's reunification. Vice President Doan said the party and government will always remember the services made by ethnic minorities in Tây Nguyên. She also affirmed that the party and government are doing their utmost to improve the living conditions of people in the region.
Vietnamese agencies are working closely with their Philippine partners to handle the detainment of 122 Vietnamese fishermen by the Philippine Naval Forces. The fishermen aboard 7 fishing vessels are from the southern province of Bình Thuận.
The Consular Department of the Vietnamese Foreign Ministry reported that on May 30, the Vietnamese fishermen were on way to the Philippines for fishing under a contract between the Long Hai Long Private Enterprise of Vietnam and the Premier International Interfishing Company of the Philippines. However, the vessels and crew were found to have entered the Philippines' territorial waters when they had yet to complete necessary legal procedure. They were seized by the Philippine Navy about 2 nautical miles, 3.6 kilometers off Tamburo coast of Balabac, Palawan province of the Philippines. The Foreign Ministry of Vietnam sent a diplomatic note to the Philippine Embassy in Hanoi asking for its verification of the case and early release of the Vietnamese fishermen and their vessels. It also asked the Vietnamese Embassy in the Philippines to closely follow the situation and coordinate with local concerned agencies to deal with the case.
The United States-based Vietnam Education Foundation VEF has recently paid a working visit to Vietnam. It planned to take on 45 postgraduates more for the major in technology, including environmental technology.
While in Vietnam, VEF executives held talks and discussions on post-education cooperation with 8 universities and research institutes in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. They made a fact-finding tour to the Darfur Solid Waste Treatment Complex in Ho Chi Minh City for the technology being used there. The complex, built in 2005 by an American Vietnamese, is capable of treating over 3,000 tons of rubbish discharged by Ho Chi Minh City a day. VEF is an independent agency created by the U.S. Congress. It is funded under an annual appropriation by the U.S. government.
The Prime Minister has recently ratified a training plan for officials and civil servants for 2011-2015. The plan aims to have a contingent of competent state officials and civil servants to serve the people and the state of the rule of the law.
Under the plan, 100% of state officials and civil servants from district to central levels will attend courses to further strengthen their political knowledge, improve their managerial skills. All communal officials will be trained in managerial proficiency by 2015. During the set time, 3,000 state officials and civil servants will be sent to developed and developing countries to study more about management skill.
Vietnamese circus artists won the Grand Prix prize and a bronze medal at the International Cuba Festival 2011 in the Cuban capital city of Havana. The festival closed on August the 14th after 5 days of competition.
The Grand Prix prize was based by brothers Giang Quốc Cơ and Giang Quốc Nghiệp for their performance showing the strength of their arms. The performance also won the Audience Popular Award. The victory marked Vietnamese circus artists' return to Cuba after 20 years. The Cuba Festival was first held in 1981. It has always attracted the participation of a large number of artists from countries which are well known for circus arts, such as Russia, Mongolia, and Spain. This year, the festival drew over 100 artists from 14 countries worldwide.
The Department of Crop Productions under the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development has reported that rice output can hit over 41 million tons this year, or 2.6% higher than last year.
Thanks to the use of high-yield variety and renovated farming techniques, farmers harvested over 6,340 kg per hectare in the winter-spring crop, which is 120 kg more than the same crop last year. The good harvest would help the country ensure domestic food security and release the goal of exporting over 7 million tons of rice this year. The Vietnam Food Association has predicted that export prices of rice will continue going up. Important markets like Indonesia, Bangladesh and China unveil plans to import more rice from Vietnam. In the first 7 months of this year, Vietnam shipped nearly 4.62 million tons of rice for $2.18 billion. Its major markets are Indonesia, Malaysia and the Philippines.
Cuban people nationwide have taken part in a series of cultural activities to celebrate the 85th birth anniversary of leader Fidel Castro, who is their national hero and great leader.
Many Cubans gather at the Carmas Theater in capital city to enjoy the concert entitled Serenade of Fidelity as part of the activities dedicated to leader Fidel Castro, a revolutionary icon of the Cuban national liberation cause as well as the world modern revolution history. Leader Fidel deserves our sentiment and respect. Without him, we would not have what we are enjoying today. In the heart of Havana, a photo and painting exhibition was held to honor leader Fidel Castro. It featured revolutionary activities led by leader Fidel during the past 50 years. These activities brought Cuba's revolution to a success. Fidel Castro, always wearing a uniform and cloth cap in olive color, stands out as a symbol of Cuba's determination and tireless fighting spirit. He is forever the #1 leader in the heart of Cuban people, though ceding power due to health reasons 3 years ago.
And that's the end of this VNews broadcast today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.